Good morning, students. Welcome to another session of Business Studies class. Today we are going to take up another topic from the chapter Nature and Significance of Management. Today's topic is little thought-provoking. When I'm saying thought-provoking, because certain question marks are there in this topic. Still people are juggling with this thing, what is its nature. So we are going to talk about nature of management. So students, today we are going to take up another topic from the chapter Nature and Significance of Management, and the topic for today is nature of management. As I was talking to you that it is a thought-provoking topic. Why it is a thought-provoking topic? Because there are two questions lies in this topic. One group of people, they are claiming management to be an art. They are saying it is an art that people practice in their organization. But another group of people, they consider it a science. Another people, they are saying no, it is not art, but it is a science. So the question comes here, whether a management is an art or it is a science. In order to understand this topic, let us understand what is an art and how the feature of art are applicable on management. Similarly, we will see what is science and how the features of science are applicable on management. In order to understand this topic, let us take a help of one PowerPoint presentation. So we are going to discuss about nature of management. So the target learning outcomes of this topic is learners should understand the concept of art and how the feature of art applicable on management. Similarly, we are going to discuss the concept of science and we'll find out how management is a science. So this is the target learning outcome that we have to achieve after completing this session. So our first question comes, what is an art? So when I'm talking about arts, some may be thinking of dance. And when I'm talking about dance, there can be a different forms. We all are witnessing beautifully. Some dancers are so beautifully performing the things. But the way they demonstrate their skill, it's different. Some may be thinking of drawing and painting, and that involves too much colors. And how to present those colors, it is also a skill which has been demonstrated differently by the different people. Some may be thinking of music, and in music you can see there are 7 notes that we have: sa, re, ga, ma, pa. But how this sa, re, ga, ma, pa has been used by musicians in their composition, that is also a skill that vary from musician to musicians, singer to singers, and all those who are making use of music in their life. So we need to understand what is actually an artist. So art is the skillful and personal application of existing knowledge to achieve desired result. Skillful, it means everybody cannot be an artist. If you wanted to be an artist, you need to possess certain skills. These skills he may acquire, and these may be inborn in the child. You must have come across certain example where people are proclaiming that we have not learned, but still they are very good in it. So these skills may be acquired, and it may be the people are very good by the birth. They are having inherited those skills from their parents and from their forefathers, right? And personal application. Now, what is personal application? Just like I was talking, Okay, there are 7 notes in music, but every musician use these notes of music in their own way, in their personal way. That is called personal application of existing knowledge. And why they are using this skill? To achieve desired results. Because if they are artists, they wanted to achieve, if he's a musician, he wanted to compose something. If he's a dancer, he wanted to perform his dancing move. Or if he's a painter, he wanted to portrait something. So to achieve certain desired result, they are having this application of existing knowledge. Another feature of art is it can be acquired through study, observation, and experiences. So you can pursue some studies in arts, or you can learn art by observing the things and by your own experiences. Since art is concerned with personal application of knowledge, and some kind of ingenuity and creativity is required to practice the basic principle learned. If you learn something and you will not practice, that you cannot be skilled in that. But if you practice and you use your own imagination, your own creation, so things will be more interesting for you, and the people, those who are watching, they will also enjoy. Now these are the feature of art. Now question comes, how management is an art? So there, on the basis of this discussion, we can find out there are 3 main features of art. Number 1, existence of theoretical knowledge. Some kind of theoretical knowledge is there that help learner to acquire this skill. Number 2, personalized application. Whatever the knowledge they have acquired, they must be using in their own and personalized way, and based on practice and creativity. In all forms of art, you must have understand that the more you practice, more you creative, more artistic you will be. Now let's understand how management is an art. A successful manager practices the art of management in the day-to-day job of managing an enterprises based on study, observation, and experiences. Now, when we are learning management, we are teaching you, these are the principle of management, these are the techniques of management. Every person, whosoever is studying this literature, this existing knowledge, but when they will apply this knowledge in their day-to-day life, then it is an art, because how he will be using this knowledge to cope up their day-to-day life situation, that makes management as an art. Number 2, there is lot of literature available in various area of management like finance, human resource, which manager has to specialize in. So there exists a theoretical knowledge in the field. So in the field of management also, there is lot of literature available that learner can acquire. Third, a manager applies this acquired knowledge in a personalized and skillful manner in the light of realities of a given situation. So every person who is going to be manager in times to come, whatever the knowledge he has acquired through their management courses, he must be using in his own way. And if you will ask 2 managers the same problem, you probably get the 2 different answers, because every manager's perception of handling the real life situation is different. A good manager works through combination of practice, creativity, and imagination. So you must have listened about there are certain good managers in the field of business world. All these good managers, they are having a three types of blend they are using. Number 1, practice. Number 2, creativity. Number 3, imagination, initiative, and innovations. So what we can conclude after going through this conversation, features like existence of theoretical knowledge, personalized application, and based on practice and creativity is applicable on management. In the field of management, all these features are available. So we can say, hence, management is an art. Now, the second question that comes to our mind is, management as a science. Is management a science? So let us understand what is science. So if we come to know the meaning of this term, definitely we are able to answer it. What is science? Science is systematized body of knowledge that explains certain general truths or the operations of general law. So whenever you talked about scientific activity, it must explain certain general truth. Why it is happening? What is the reason behind this activity? Science always answer this general truth, right? Operation, like apple is falling, so they have the reason. Law of gravity is the reason behind the falling of apple or falling of things on the land only, right? So science is something that always explains general truth or general law behind any activity. So there are also certain features of sciences like systematized body of knowledge. It is not a haphazard study. It is not by chance study. It is systematized body of knowledge. All the scientific subject that anyone pursue, it may be science, it may physics, chemistry, biology, and other branches of sciences. Every scientific subject has their own systematized body of knowledge. Number two, principles based on experiments. All the principles of science are based on experiments. These experiments had been done in the tight laboratory situation, and where again and again they comes with the same general or phenomena and same truth, that this is the established fact behind this. So all the principle of managements are based on experimentations. And third, universal validity. Whatever the principles of science are available, it has universal validity, which means wherever you go, wherever, whatever the reason is, whatever the country is, you come across the same kind of, um, facts. You come across with the same kind of result. So that is the universal validity. Now let us find out, are these principles or are these features available in the management also? So as we have discussed already, science is a systematized body of knowledge. Its principles are based on cause and effect relationship. For example, the phenomena of an apple falling from a tree toward the ground is explained by law of gravity. Number two, principle based on experimentation. Scientific principles are first developed through observation. First, they are observing the thing and then tested through repeated experimentation under the controlled conditions. Right? Third, universal validity. Scientific principle has universal validity, which means that no matter what the land is, if it is scientifically supported, you will get the same result. Now let's see whether management is a science or not. Number one, management has systematized body of knowledge, and it has its own theories and principles that have developed over a period of time. But it also draws on other disciplines such as economics, sociology, psychology, mathematics. So management is also a systematized body of knowledge with its own literature available, but management has derived many of its concepts from other branches of studies also, which are mentioned. Number two, the principle of management have evolved over a period of time based on repeated experiments, experimentation and observation in different types of organization. However, since management deals with human being and human behavior, the outcome of these experiments are not capable of being accurately predicted or replicated. Right? So we can say that management is an inexact science, because in science all the phenomena are well established, right? But in management, as we are dealing with human, and human is most unpredictable factor, so here we can say management is inexact science. Next, since the principle of management are not as exact as the principle of science, Their application and use is not universal. They have to be modified according to the given situation. You know, the principle of science cannot be modified. They are rigid. Once the principle is formed, you cannot make any alteration, any modification it. But as we are dealing with human being, and human being are unpredictable, and in different situation, manager has its discretion that he may modify the principle of management as per the given situation. So the principle of managements are not exact as principle of science. So what is the conclusion we come across by having this? You must have understood from the foregoing discussion that management has feature of both art and science. The practice of management is an art, right? How the management is practicing management, it is an art. However, manager can work better if their practice is based on the principle of management. These principles constitute the science of management. So we can say that in conclusion, we can conclude that management as an art and a science are therefore not mutually exclusive. Rather, they are complementary to each other. So in conclusion, we can say that management is an art as well as it is a science, or in one line we can say management is an impure science. I hope this topic is clear to you. Thank you.